Hello everyone, this is NC Lord, and today we have Modtyrant again. I'm doing a goat deck, and he's doing one of his odd, unique decks. Alright, and I'm using a goat relinquish deck. As you can see, I've used a deck back fitting for a gentleman of my appearance, as I'll briefly use Alt to zoom in on this. Yeah, everyone's probably getting a good laugh out of that who's seen me in person. Anyways, I'll be starting us out, and I'll be going first. As you can see, we're again using terrain, Crush Terrain. For those of you not familiar with what Crush Terrain actually does, if a monster of 1500 or higher enters, you draw that during your turn. Yeah. Yeah, no. Wait, you draw during your draw phase. I'm starting us out. Now that includes if the monster gets boosted for whatever reason, it still falls under that category. I'm going to normal summon Sinister Serpent on this Crush Terrain right here. Then I'm going to set one card face down and move it over here. And I've got to put turn counters on because we always forget about these because they're not exactly. There we go. Yes. No, you draw 5 cards first, but then never mind. Yeah. To my audience, I just want to explain he's not overly familiar with normal Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Goat format is as pure. There's no synchros or anything in it. You draw 1 card. Yeah, because you draw 1 per turn. He actually played like Duels of the Roses though, and yeah, actually helped with this. He helped with this mod. What did you make them to? What's the problem? You can use whatever you want. I don't care. This is like a cross format, so I don't care what you personally use, but I wanted to try the Goat Relinquish deck for my own curiosity. Somebody Saitama's just going okay. Oh, at one point I do want to do a video where we use Anti-Meta Man's format. You know, the one where decking out is still a thing and all that useless BS. No offense, Anti-Meta Man, if you're watching my video. I'm mostly just joking with the audience.
So the crush kills 1500 and higher, right?
Yes, if it steps on it or crosses over it for whatever reason. This does not count if it attacks a monster and the attack somehow fails or whatever. Like, if the monster can't be destroyed by battle, it doesn't, because you don't move on to that square. Your monster remains on the other square. Now, if we were playing with immortal monsters, which I probably will never do a video on, they would get a boost of 500 points. That boost would only count when a monster's either attacking them or they're either moving onto a square with Crush Terrain or whatever. Now, immortal monsters, in my opinion, were one of the most broken things in Duels of the Roses. I need to do a review on that at some point. Galaxy Cyclone. Okay, and you attempt to target this. You're successful because this is a Book of Moon. I'm not going to chain it. Alright. I will... Okay. Oh, by the way, if you press Alt and then hold Shift, you could see the card without having to take it back in your hand. Yeah, it's been a while. All right, I'm going to activate Mystical Space Typhoon, and I'm going to target this one. Let me just quickly read that. MST's at 1 in Goat, so no, I don't.
I got one of them.
Yeah, well, that was gonna die anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, if that was actually in like the current modern format, that would actually be pretty devastating to me. Okay. I'm going to activate Nobleman a Crossout. It doesn't specify which position. So I'm going to attempt to use that on this. If that's a monster, validate to the nearby audience player that we have, our someone who's watching, Taylor 040. He can verify. Okay, I'm not going to look at the details of that card. It goes back face down. Because that... Oh, wait, never mind. It's a monster. So, since it's not an equip, it just gets banished. No, if it was a flip effect, it would actually banish all copies in both our decks. Yeah, let me just put that in the correct. And never mind. If that was a spell or trap, you would have had to validate what it was. Alright, I move my deck leader forward. Yeah, one square. Then I will set this card in defense mode, and then I will move it up one grid zone forward.
How will I validate it when I can't see where your cards are face down?
You can. You know what, I actually can... Here, I'll just quickly...
All I see is question marks in your hands. That wouldn't help.
Yeah, you can now see both our cards, and if you want to look at face downs, just hold Alt and then press Shift.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you don't... You just randomly, periodically validate that we're not violating rules like normal summoning or setting more than once per turn, etc.
Yeah, useful.
This must be new to you. I'm kidding, of course. Oh.
I'm getting mad at missions before.
Yeah, Jesus. My mouse is a little off, that's why I'm kind of struggling. Alright, and I guess we'll have to wait, so I will put on some music for my captive audience. Hello everyone, this is NC Lord, and today we have Modtyrant again. I'm doing a Goat deck, and he's doing one of his odd, unique decks. Alright, and I'm using a Goat Relinquish deck. As you can see, I've used a deck back fitting for a gentleman of my appearance, as I'll briefly use Alt to zoom in on this. Yeah, everyone's probably getting a good laugh out of that who's seen me in person. Anyways, I'll be starting us out, and I'll be going first. As you can see, we're again using terrain, Crush Terrain. For those of you not familiar with what Crush Terrain actually does, if a monster of 1500 or higher enters, you draw that during your turn. Yeah. Yeah, no. Wait, you draw during your draw phase. I'm starting us out. Now that includes if the monster gets boosted for whatever reason, it still falls under that category. I'm going to normal summon Sinister Serpent on this Crush Terrain right here. Then I'm going to set one card face down and move it over here. And I've got to put turn counters on because these... We always forget about these because they're not exactly spell card from my grave. And I'm going to grab Mystical Space Typhoon and add that to my hand. Then I'm going to normal summon Tsukiyomi. Her effect is when she's normal summoned, I have to Book of Moon a face-up monster on the field. And then at the end phase, she goes back to my hand. So end phase effect, I'll end my turn after I move this, of course. And I'll just move Tsukiyomi up, not that it matters, because end phase goes back to my hand anyways. Yeah. In Goat format, Tsukiyomi was a staple, because you can use it with Magician of Faith, much like how I just... You saw it earlier, it's the same card. It's now public knowledge because...
I could see the text.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what it does, right?
Yeah, I know what it does.
Are you passing your turn again?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I don't perceive any threats at the moment, so.
Uh, wow, I could... Okay, fine. That's how you want to be? We're going for blood. We're going for blood, folks. He's underestimating NC Lord, so...
I just don't perceive any threat.
I normal summon this here right in front of my deck leader. Hold on, can you move that a little for me? Thank you. This gets booked face down defense position because it does specify. And I will then enter battle phase attacking your deck leader directly. You know, there was originally a card that could put things in face down attack position, but they had to errata it because of links. Now, this is the ironic part. I've kind of left myself a bit vulnerable because now he has a whole grid zone free because at the end I can't put any... But before I end my turn, I'm going to set a card, of course, because there's no way in hell I'm leaving myself completely vulnerable. Go ahead. I'm gonna need to read that. It's either... Okay, you're good to go. The reason we probably don't see that card around is because, generally speaking, equip cards... yeah, you should put that Call to Hana back in your deck. It has no reason. Oh. Oh, never mind then. Yeah, sorry, I kind of skimmed it. I tend to do that a lot. I skim cards because... At least cards that don't seem all that relevant, because equips are not considered powerful these days, because there's so much back row destroying power in so many ways around them. Oh, really? This... I'm just gonna comment in general on this card. Yeah, aside from using Mage Power, which, by the way, in this format, you still have... That counts towards your spell and trap limit. Taylord, could you... Yeah, could you just validate that these are spells and traps? Or... Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So 1800, and you're going to attempt to attack me directly.
No.
I didn't think so. Draw. I'm gonna activate Berserker Soul. I'm kidding. That card wasn't... It was a card in the anime. When, you know, when he was facing Weevil, and he was, like, drawing all those cards. I'm destroying your Mage Power with MST. Yeah. You're going bye-bye. Then I'm going to flip Magician of Faith, and I'm going to activate Mage Power again, targeting this one. Yeah, I'm going to just basically activate it again. That card is underrated, I think. I mean, people underestimate it because it's, you know, it's not overall used a lot. I normal summon Tsukiyomi, which books this back. And then I'm going to attempt to attack this. Sure. That would default around deck leader. End turn, which brings this back to my hand. Yeah. Magic Cylinder is potentially very powerful. It's run in a lot of burn decks. My advice for the audience, it's okay if you play a burn deck, just make sure you're not an asshole to everyone, because that's a guarantee people will hate you. If you play a fair deck and you're an asshole, people will accept you. If you're not going to attack? If you play a burn deck and are nice to people, people will accept you. But if you're both at the same time, both an asshole and play a burn deck, especially if you have a really annoying voice, prepare for people to hate you. It's inevitable.
You know Mage Power? I know it's 500 stack defense for every spell and trap. Does it include itself? Because I can't remember. That Firefox would have been destroyed. Oh, I know. No, mine was in front. I keep forgetting he deleted the crush underneath.
You know what? I'm gonna do what's called breaking the cycle. I'm going to normal summon Tsukiyomi to the field, which will Book of Moon this. Hold on. I got it.
I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and then this will go face down, right?
Yes.
To defense mode. Not that it matters, because I'm just going to use Nobleman a Crossout to banish it. Why was my Nobleman banished, anyways? This shouldn't be in the banish zone.
Oh. I don't. You put that there on accident.
Yeah. Yeah, so that card gets banished. It won't come back. Which...
Actually, when you go to the graveyard, because it's not a flip effect.
Yeah, no, this goes to the graveyard, yeah.
It's just face down, baby.
Yeah, no, in...
Flip effect, each player reveals their main deck and then banishes all cards with the monster's name.
So if I did it to... It's not a...
That's if it had a flip effect, you have to banish all the cards with the same name.
Yeah, it still gets banished. It's, yeah, just... Can you move that to the banish zone? Just the top card. Thank you.
No, you destroy it.
No, it doesn't. It just gets banished. It doesn't get destroyed and banished. It's just banished, man.
It says on the card, it says destroy it and banish it.
Really, does it?
It does.
Oh, huh. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. I just assumed because, you know, a lot of effects basically they depend on if they go to the grave. Anyways, I add this to my hand and I'll let you do your turn. Oh yeah, that's right. Here. He left the room at one point, folks, and he already had his deck out, so I didn't see the need to immediately do anything. This card? Okay, what do you attempt to target? Alright. Well, folks, he actually managed to hit something. Okay, then just equip it under... Can you read that one to me? There's a lot of text, and the print is a little...
For every difference in level, he gains 500 attack. So every level higher than it.
All monsters are face down, so that doesn't apply right now. Let me see if I want to chain anything to that. I do not, so... How much do I take?
14.
Okay, so I take 1400. It's a cool looking card, it's just not very effective. I like Beast King Barbos. That card is... That card's literally... I guess you could say it's a beast of a monster. Oh, that in case I need tokens, and trust me, I do need tokens for this deck. Because in Goat... Oh, they're there just in case you need tokens. You can copy and paste them in this, remember? So I'm going to move my card here, then I'm going to move my deck leader over here. I'm going to actually move this monster, which I think is public knowledge, so everyone's allowed to know it's a Magician of Faith. Then I'm going to actually flip Magician of Faith, letting me revive Mystical Space Typhoon. And then rather than waste Mystical Space Typhoon, I'm going to normal summon Tsukiyomi. Now, because Tsukiyomi is going to Book of Moon your monster will lose its equip card. Yeah, it'll go face... Sure. You don't want to draw new cards. It's fine by me. This will go to... Yeah, just flip. And then, yeah. There we go. I enter battle phase, and I'll attack this. No, she's only got 11.
He has 14, I believe.
That's defense. It wouldn't kill my monster any.
Oh, that's right. He's a defense mode.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and we don't take any battle damage because, you know, how these... Yeah, exactly. I will set a card face down immediately on the grid zone with the crush terrain in front of my deck leader and pass turn. Not very many people used field spells in Goat format, although Yumi was still a thing.
I remember it correctly, if it was like that in the series, and Duels of the Rose, if a card was face down and it had it over the attack of the crush, would it still kill it?
Yeah, we just died.
it would just automatically anything that, even if it wasn't an immortal monster, of course they were the exception of this rule. Oh yeah, and this is back in my hand. I forgot about that. I will move this up. I will normal summon Tsukiyomi after I move my deck leader up. I'll normal summon Tsukiyomi, which will Book of Moon my Magician of Faith, and I'm sure everyone's kind of getting a little like, geez, you keep looping it. Then I flip Magician of Faith and grab a spell from my grave, allowing me to quickly get myself Nobleman of Cross out. Knock knock. Yeah, you could get in Hobby League rare, which was like the best. Then I swing directly for 1100 attack.
I still have my original deck from like 5 years ago.
Oh.
You actually currently have one of the cards that's in it.
Nobleman of Crossout, or
Furthest left of your hand.
I'm gonna end, and this comes back to my hand. Yeah, with the sword, right? And the, you know, the knight. Yeah, that's Nobleman of Crossout. It's also called Knock for short, so people make jokes.
Oh, God, about that one. What about that?
Yeah, they'll be like, knock knock.
Yeah, I used to have. I've still got that. I was pretty sure. My deck originally came with the
I'm gonna try something stupid.
rare card was the Mark Eradicator Warlock.
I just want to clarify for everyone who's wondering, if you attack a deck leader on Crush Terrain, it does not destroy the monster at any point, because that monster has not officially occupied that zone at that point.
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna attach this to that.
You can't equip to a face down.
Can't, but it's a monster.
You can't. It's
Alright, well,
and it's even if it was a monster, you can't equip to face.
playing Door, so that confused me.
Yeah, in Duels of the Roses, you could do that weird stuff where, you know.
I'll do the I'll attack it first.
Now, lucky for you, this happens to be a mystical space typhoon, so
Oh, cool.
you don't even have any opposition, but at the same time, oh well.
Yeah.
Even if you equipped it to it, I think it would have destroyed it.
I thought
Would have destroyed it.
that we were using that door rule.
Yeah.
So,
I'm surprised you didn't keep that Karibo in your hand or use its effect. It can stop damage.
yeah, it's fine.
It'd be fun if you used the card Multiply. That would be fun to see.
Just put loads of brown tokens everywhere.
Well, or you could just copy and paste these things, you know, because
Yeah, but then it look like chocolate crabs.
So do I have to move this onto a monster?
no. In my format, you can just equip from anywhere. Just like if you activate it on a zone near you, yeah, it'll just seek out. Yeah, just here. Let me just slide it under. Just put it there. Put it.
I'm not sure what I want to do there.
Okay, if you do though, then I'll just lift it.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Okay, wait. Yeah, there. I'm just gonna quickly read that.
It's a 600 attack, and if the monster that it's attached to is destroyed, it passes to another face-up monster.
If the monster it's attached... Okay. You could target another card your opponent controls. Okay.
It's face-up as well.
So like if you flip their face down, I can stick it on your spirit.
You realize, though, that that spirit goes to my hand at the end phase anyways, right?
I know, but then it bounces back to her because you're going to flip her up.
I'm not gonna flip... I'm gonna keep her face down and then just let the effect die, obviously.
It'll jump onto the spirit.
And then the spirit will go back to my hand and the equip will go to the grave.
It won't take as much damage if you attack.
Yeah.
It's just basically a thing that creates lesser damage in terms of this kind of game. Because in the normal world, we're pretty much screwed.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Yeah, you weren't supposed to see that. Yeah, okay. That's just gonna go to the top of my deck. Fuck. I'm trying to keep this content... I'm trying to keep my videos family friendly, but I just swore. Even if I didn't swear ever, I would still have difficulty making money on YouTube because of the way things are. Okay, I'm gonna normal summon Tsukiyomi, who I've made numerous jokes about in real life.
Well, that's something lots of.
I would say Sukiyomi, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, you just equip it to her. Then I'm just gonna attack. You know what? Don't even. I'm just saying you. Yeah, because then it's at the end phase. It'll just go back to the hand. So you just take less damage. You take like 500 because it's 600, and then that permanently dies. Now, unfortunately, because of the rules, when you have like too many monsters, I'm actually forced to discard something. You're watching. Someone's watching South Park, aren't they?
Yeah, my missus is.
I love that. I love that show.
It's about disabled people.
The episode, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really thought PC.
Cartman gets a mobility scooter.
Oh yeah, I remember when Cartman pretended to have Tourette's.
Wow.
That was actually surprising.
David, are you for real?
What? Shut up.
Well, because you can see his hand.
I'm gonna send him a Steam message. I know what the hell I'm on about.
But Modtyrant, when you're doing a video, you should play Goat format. Learn to play it because it's the closest to pure Yu-Gi-Oh that
I'm going to say a magic card.
technically they're called spell cards.
And then I'm going to tribute my rebuff.
Oh, lovely. You're actually using pendulums.
And then I'm going to use his effect and then put that in your hand.
You realize this cancerous card is technically banned, right? But I'm gonna let it go.
Use that music card!
I hate Kieran. I fucking hate that card. That card is cancer. It is cancer in the ass.
Oh, he gets to stay on the field. That's awesome. I thought he had to sleep himself. That's awesome. He stays.
You have to target a pendulum monster in your monster zone. You can't... Yeah, in your monster zone. That doesn't qualify, so you have to bounce itself in this case.
Oh,
To use its effect.
I did it wrong. Oops. Oh, well.
And don't you need 2 pendulum scales to summon it?
No, you just stick it on there.
No, you need...
The scales is for special summoning. I didn't special summon.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And
I read it wrong.
I can't believe he tribute summoned a Kieran. I've never seen that before.
I thought I read it wrong. I thought it said pendulum zone. I'm like dyslexic.
Unfortunately for me, Kieran's immune to targeting, which is going to create some problems. Well, congratulations. You've actually created a credible threat at the moment.
I got a really bad draw. I got all the cards I didn't want.
I'm just confused. How come you put it back in your hand?
Because he used its effect to bounce it.
I'm supposed to summon the horse as
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to tribute this card. It's called Sinister Serpent, one I think you guys are somewhat familiar with. Hold on. Can you... Then I'm going to normal summon Air Knight of... I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. It might as well be... Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Honey Boo Boo episode, by the way.
My audience must be like, what the hell are these guys going on about? And then I summon this to the field. This is called DD Warrior Lady. If you do battle with her, with any monster, I can choose to activate her effect to banish both, but I still take battle damage, or vice versa. And then I'm going to, before I enter my battle phase, I'm going to set this card over here, and then I'm going to move it over here. Oh, I hate this mouse. And then I enter my battle phase. First, this will attack your life points directly for 1,600, if I'm... Actually, I think that... Yeah, 1,500. 1,500.
So 1,500 and 1,900?
Yes. And when you take battle damage from the knight, I actually draw a card. Then main phase 2, I will set this card face down. Taylord, you're welcome to look at the card I have face down, because the one over here, I set it here and then moved it over.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought you might show some interest in that. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Let's have a look at... I just want to have a look at the life points over here. Wow, you're hanging by a thread.
This should help a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Anyone who knows what's in my hand will know that that's certain...
Yeah, it's not gonna last very long.
Yeah, like, not longer than your turn lasts long. You've only got one direction to move your deck, leader.
What if I placed it here?
Yeah, no, I could... No, I can't run it over because of technicality. Oh, by the way,
What's the range of that?
change the, there's no range in this version, that's the thing. I activate the spell card...
Sorry, I was asking so I could check the face
Doesn't that
down.
kill your monster too?
Yeah, it'll kill this monster, but it'll destroy all spells and traps and validate if that's a monster or whatever.
It's a monster.
Okay.
It says all spells and traps. Does that include your face downwards?
Yeah, it does.
That's one. That's one.
Yeah, I am... Okay, yeah, just get rid of all of them. It doesn't matter, I'm going for game. Yeah, but just put it in the grave anyways. I don't care. I normal summon Breaker the Magical Warrior. On normal summon, he gets a counter, and he becomes 300 points stronger, which is just exactly enough for game. What did you have face down? Okay. By the way, if you click the bench press till it says 90 degrees, it will instantly turn them around like this.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I forget.
It's okay.
Try that again.
Maybe in a bit.
I got no.
Possibly, but I want to just wrap up the video for now. Alright everyone, this has been NC Lord, and this was a very interesting video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it.